Want to know how to get them to miss you? How to manifest anything you want in your reality? And most importantly, do you want to know why detachment doesn't work the way you think it does? Now I know, I'm sure you've watched a lot of manifestation videos telling you to detach. Just detach from the outcome and watch it happen. Right? Well, here's the thing. In this video, I am going to give you the sacred sauce to making them miss you, to manifesting the life of your dreams. There is just one catch though, and that is by the time they miss you, you're probably not going to want them back. You're probably not going to want that person by the time they want you. So I'll show you the real power of non-attachment versus detachment so that you can have anything you desire in your reality. So, have a coffee with me in this reality. Sensi, your divine feminine empowerment and spiritual awakening coach. And I'm here to move you from fear and blocks and the reasons why you can't have the things that you want to the freedom of living to your fullest expression, from trauma to transcendence, from fog to clarity, while I support you cultivating deep and meaningful relationships with others, romantic and non-romantic. And just like all good coaches, we'll have coffee together. And I'm going to give you a little shove so you can fall in love with yourself. Let's get it. So what does this mean? What is detachment versus non-attachment? Well, I'll start off by this morning, I woke up with this exact video perfectly planned out in my head. It was just going to be simple, quick video. And then as I'm getting everything together, looking for my tank top, eventually I decided just to not wear the shirt. You know, I got this little pimple here. It's not too enthralling, enticing maybe, right? And like I'm kind of stressing myself out as I go because it's like, oh, maybe I'm doing too much for this video, right? And I just said, F it. I couldn't even find the tank top. And then finally when I decided I'm just going to make the video anyway, then it showed up. The black tank top showed up. And then I was like, well, maybe I just make the video without the tank top. So I detached from it. And then my hair started being all funny. It was like perfect this morning. And then I combed it and then like it got a little greasy. And then I'm like, like literally I'm making a video on non-attachment. And I'm like freaking out about all these things. And I'm like, I literally just made a video yesterday about non-perfectionism, starring Mr. Pimple. And it's like, man, this is the prime example. So I decided, F it, right? I let go of the tank top. Greasy hair may not be perfect. I actually had to do a couple takes to start this. So just to get into my flow state, because I was blocking off my flow energy that attracts everything I want to me, including the way I speak, and I'm able to give you the information channeled through directly. So just so you have that understanding, let's break this down. We want to take attachment, right? So if we take an attachment to something, and anything that it is, whether it's a person, place, or thing, this is you and this is that thing. It's like a chain, right? Can you see that? Maybe like that. Either way, it's a chain, and I'm not doing like some gang signs here, right? So you're locked in. You're attached. You're attached to it. And detachment means completely detached, right? So in a way, I kind of detached when I said, F it, I'm just going to make the video, blah, blah, blah. Yet I was still having some feelings of stress left over, feelings that I wasn't fully dealing with, right? And if we want to talk about the law of attraction, it's an engine running on a train track of whatever vibration you have in your energetic magnetic bubble that will be attracted to you. So if there's a feeling or thought that's not processed and released, it's a chugga chugga choo choo train bonking on this light, running on a train track, and you're going to keep attracting that reality. And everything exists here and now. You're not really actually attracting realities, you're shifting realities. You're parallel reality jumping, quantum shifting. You're just shifting to a slightly different reality that has a different outcome based on what attachments you're holding on to and what's running on a train track. So I was still stressed out. I didn't fully, like, I did detach from, like, oh no, I don't have the tank top, hair's greasy. Like, there was still some lingering stuff. So that's why in the beginning of my video, and actually up until right now, I release it, I was struggling to get into a flow state, no matter how excited I was to make this video. So non-attachment is different than detachment. And why is that? Because here is our attached state to the outcome or whatever that thing brings us. Detached, whatever, still has lingering emotions about it. And to give you one more example before I get a non-attachment, it's like if somebody comes up to you or you made a video or something and they just don't like you. They don't like what you have to say, your opinion, like you're at the gym wearing cute clothes, whatever, and somebody doesn't like you, right? And you're probably going to be like, oh, well, I'm showing up to the fullest expression of me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, and you're just trying to detach from it right away, right? Well, guess what? There's that lingering, unprocessed feeling where maybe it did kind of hurt. Maybe somebody not liking you did kind of bother you. Maybe you're not acknowledging that feeling. So it's about finding out what feeling is there that you need to feel to release it. You can't suppress it. Because if you're going to suppress that somebody didn't like you and you're putting in that into your energetic magnetic bubble, that vibration running on a train track, that engine is on, meaning you're going to keep attracting more people who don't like you. And it'll start to become familiar. That energy will become familiar, and that is what you'll start to believe that you deserve, and that is the reality that you will attract. Because what you believe to be true about your reality is the reality you're going to be in. So non-attachment, this is detachment. Non-attachment comes from being attached to something, right? And being able to still be attached to it, right? Except you're non-attached, not like super clinging on to this is make it or break it, right? Make it or break it. Literally make it or break it. Non-attachment means that you are able to be engaged, be able to be engaging into whatever is happening around you, acknowledging the feelings that you have and releasing them, that you're going to be okay either way. It doesn't matter what happens, because either way, you're not swinging a pendulum to, oh, you need this or blah, 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 to, it has to be a certain way. It doesn't matter or whatever. Just neutral. The more neutral you can be and just keep showing up in a vibration which you prefer, which is unconditional love, unconditional happiness, without the vibration needing to change, you can shift and stay. No, it's getting a little ahead of myself here. Coffee's kicking in a little bit. Without the condition needing to change, you can stay in the vibration of love, of happiness. It's not outside of you. It doesn't matter whether if you have the thing or not, right? You can still be engaged and be happy. So take an example, right? And it's usually when it comes down to it, because this is why like no contact doesn't really work, because if you're trying to imply no contact with someone, guess what? You're trying to do it for a reason. You're trying to manifest them into your life. You're trying to get them to miss you. You want them to come back. You're doing it for a reason. And if you believe you lack something and trying to manifest anything is literally incorporating the vibration of lack that you don't already have it. So the more you can be non-attached to the outcome, keep living your life, just keep going to the next thing that excites you the most. Find the next thing in your present moment that excites you the most. That's what it's about. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in feelings of despair, wanting, sadness, depression, and you'll be stuck. And the only consistent thing in this world is change. Everything is consistently changing and shifting. We're not meant to stay stagnant. And you're allowing yourself to stay stagnant. Now here's another prime example. This cup, right? This coffee mug. My grandma used to drink from it all the time. She has passed on. And I could give it this meaning like, "Oh, this is such a special mug. I love this mug, all these memories." Or even let's take this, I don't know, let's just imagine a pen even. A pen even. Editing skills. Either way, my point is, let's say my grandma wrote notes or a crossword puzzle like every morning and drank from this coffee mug, right? Well, if somebody came over and I had this attachment to this coffee mug, I'd probably not want to let them use it, which is kind of true, right? I'm actually very like protective over my coffee mugs. So if I let you use one, I have nothing on that actually. I don't let people use my coffee mugs. That was a really long, felt like a long pause. Point is, I'm probably not going to let them use the coffee mug. This pen, though, Grandma used it all the time. Now, she really didn't. This pen has never been touched by her. I don't care about this pen. No attachment. Don't matter. You get the point? Now, if I keep holding on to, oh, but this pen, I had this memory with my grandma. She let me finish the jigsaw puzzle or freaking whatever. And like, I can't ever get rid of this pen. Like, I can't let anybody else use it. I'm so attached to it. I can't let it go. Right? And if you even try to be like, I want to get over this pen, I want to stop focusing so much of my energy on this pen, you know, like, like you're trying to let go of it when you really have feelings and emotions that you can't let go, that you haven't become neutral. And let's say I lost the pen, right? I'm never gonna find the freaking pen. Like I have this attachment to the pen, like my black tank top earlier. Great. See, I'm always getting things that I need for my videos. Like I had this huge attachment. Like I want to wear this black tank top. I want my hair to be really good. Like you're not gonna find it until I finally let go and I said, "F it, I'm gonna make the video anyway, with or without the tank top." Tank top showed up, and then I decided I'm still gonna make it without the tank top. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It shows up once you let go of the attachment. It's the attachment that we place onto things that will stop us from being magnetic to it. Now, there is also a science experiment that I watched just the other day, and it was this guy took this huge like block magnet and he put it like to a mouse in a cup, and like it was like hanging, so there was like no resistance, and he puts it there, and you can probably look this magnetic experiment up, and he puts the huge block like magnet to the mouse and it starts moving, like, not like attaching to it, but it starts like pushing it away. And he said it was like demagnetized or something, demagnetism, some kind of like scientific term for it. And he said apparently every living creature has this because they're not a magnet, right? A magnet's going to attract a magnet. That's a living creature. It's repelling. And guess what? That's exactly how that works. Until you shift your vibration to being a magnet, because it's just who you're choosing to be, not because of what it'll get you, then you'll start attracting the reality that you want. And it's after releasing and adding awareness to the feelings. Like, why is this important to me? Can I be okay with or without it? Because the point is to be okay without it. Not detach. Remember, like, F you in your opinion. No, I respect you having an opinion. That doesn't change what I like about me and who I am, and I'm not going to shift because of your opinion. I respect your opinion, though. I'm not going to go and internalize it and boo-hoo, that person didn't like me. Heck, someone here might be even watching that video and be like, oh, I'm repelled. While, like, other people are like, oh, I love this video. Okay. I did this experiment yesterday, too. These cats, look how happy they are. Right, if I tell them something negative, like, oh, you and this orange cat shouldn't be together because, you're an orange cat and a black cat, and then somebody else says to them, like, oh, but you guys are so cute together. Look how, oh, so adorable. Oh, tuxedo cat, who's taking you to the ball? Oh, and there's the other cat. Oh, wow, Polly, right? So, you give them compliments or negative stuff, right? Their expressions don't change. They don't. They're still happy. Like, that's the whole point of being the vibration that you prefer, and you stay in that reality. However, if you keep having negative feelings on a train track running, you will keep attracting that. That's why it's about releasing the attachment. So I took some notes here. I'm going to break these down really, really quickly. So, suffering is the root of all attachment. Attachment is the root of all suffering. So, when you are no longer attached to being in control of how things happen, the outcome, not trying to control other people, that equals magnetic, because no contact, trying to control their feelings and emotions about you, guess what? You're sending them energy. You're sending them energy of need and want, and it's repelling. That's why wanting is non-magnetic. Trying to control the outcome, repelling and needy. Why am I even reading these? I can just say these. I actually wanted to make this video like weeks ago. Guess I'm just doing it now. So it's just non-attachment versus detachment. Okay. And here's the thing, this is why I mean, like, by the time you finally give up on them and you move on and you find someone that you love and you feel love, the vibration of love, and you feel it, they're probably going to come back around. Has that ever happened to you? Because it's happened to me. When I finally let go of that ex, she comes around. When I'm finally in a new relationship, like 20 other beautiful women want me all of a sudden. Why? Because of that vibration. It's because you start to believe and feel like you have it. That's why meditation is so good, to become familiar with that vibration. When you envision the life that you prefer, you can envision and feel those feelings in your mind and then bring them here now. And then you just keep walking with that same vibration, regardless of what happens. It's not like you're delusional, like you have 20 Ferraris. No, it's just, that's why I say it's the quantum leap after the quantum leap. It's the vision after the vision. If you have 20 Ferraris, you're probably excited about it, envisioning it in your meditation, like, oh yeah, I'm rich motherfucker, right? Except 10 years later and you're still rich motherfucker. You have Starbucks cups like all over the Ferraris. Like, you don't care. It's neutral. I mean, you probably have someone who details them. Either way, though, like, that's what I mean. It's a neutral feeling. So it's the envision past the envision. You don't want to just shoot for the moon. You want to aim for the stars, because at least then you'll reach the moon. So that vibration of already being at the moon, it's going to make it so much easier to get to the stars. That vibration of I've already had these Ferraris forever. Like, it's not a big deal anymore. I don't want them. It's whatever. Non-attached. Non-attached to the outcome. Non-attached to the whole thing. Just feels normal. Most of it is just releasing your wants and desires. And just get happy. Abraham Hicks says it all the time. Just get frickin' happy. Well, she doesn't say that part. She doesn't say frickin'. She just get happy, all right? So it's pleasure versus pain. It's the motivation mechanism and the association. So let go meaning. It's the value that you're putting onto that person, place, or thing, the memory, the attachment to the pleasure. You feel complete, you feel happy, you feel validated. Whatever you're receiving from that being, place, or thing, you have to look at those attachments. Ask yourself, what am I getting? What payout am I getting by being attached? Don't want to nip slip here, even though I do it in my other videos. Oh, that's not a nip. All right. Yeah, no. Nope. Just kind of looked like it. Color hue. Anyway, attachment versus pleasure. See, I'm not even attached to like that little part. I'm not even gonna edit that out. And if I do, it's because I was attached. Hope you enjoyed it. You know what? No, I don't care if you enjoyed it or not. See, but that's detachment. Hope you did, and and don't care if you did. I'm just gonna let it be. Just part of how I make content. So the thing is, what are you receiving? What payout are you getting? What's the attachment? Because on the other side of that spectrum is it's no value. It's just a pen, right? It's just a coffee mug. It's just another woman out of 8 billion women. I don't think there's that many women on the planet. I think there's like, I don't know how many. I think there's like 8 billion people on the planet in general. Let me know if you know the answer. I don't know. Either way, it's like there's so many more other women you can date. Not that they're just another woman, right? Everybody's unique and special and beautiful as part of your experience that you get to experience them, right? They do have an inherent value, except you can't be attached to the value. Just a pen. So it's the pain loss to it, right? If you can get rid of, well, a lot of people actually fear the loss of the pain is what it is. It's why they stay attached to the attachment. Because there's like a passion or a connection there, and then you start to believe like, oh, I'll never find another person that's gonna love me like them. They see it's the attachment to the pain because you're so attached to like what they give you, that payout. So again, it's the memories, the stories, like how they touched you, how they made you feel. It's the meaning and the story and the feeling that you're giving that person. It's what's keeping the attachment, place or thing. So, and with other people you just meet randomly, they're easy to let go of, no meaning. And here's something that's really important that I wrote, as it's not really refined. So, it's what is real love? Is it only when someone loves you back? Or is it also like the love you give them real? Like in the love that you vibrate real? Because that is real. However, do you only feel love when they give it back to you, when you receive it back? You got to ask yourself that. Am I only in the vibration of feeling that like MDMA kind of feeling of love without the drug, without the person? Because if you're not, and you haven't reached that place, you're not there yet. You're not in that vibration. So, is it you that's in that vibration, or is it them giving you that vibration? So, attached, not the person, but what they mean to you. It's not that you're attached to that person, it's what they mean to you, it's what they provide to you, it's that vibration. So, what story are you projecting? What reality are you shifting into? That this is the only way you're ever going to receive love is from this person and you're attached to it? Or this is how you're ever going to feel that vibration? So, you're putting the story on a pedestal. And when you put anything on a pedestal, it becomes this awe outside of yourself, greater power. Because truly, you're the divine. You're an expression of the divine. You're having the human individual experience. You are source, experiencing itself, experiencing your own creation. So what story are you putting on a pedestal? So it's the addiction to the feeling and the attachment to the emotions. So here's another thing. You don't avoid it. Don't avoid the feelings. What do you need to feel to heal it? What do you need to feel? What attachment are you holding on to? Is this making sense? I did not want to go 27 minutes in to this video. However, I'm letting it flow through now at this point. Okay, nip slip or not, pimple, greasy hair or not. I've been actually still kind of holding on to attachment because this video is not going as planned, except it's going the way it's meant to be, and it's perfect now in the moment. So the more I can just release, have fun, get more naked, like whatever. Let's get some coffee. Maybe I should start putting like Baileys in here and we get real funny. Just kidding. Joking. It's just black coffee from my espresso machine. Which, by the way, one day I was like, because when I used to live with my mom, like 5, 6 years ago, um, she had an espresso machine. And then when I moved out with who's now my ex, and well, now I'm living in my mom's condo again, which is funny. While I'm building my empire here of my conscious business. One day I was like, man, I really miss having an espresso machine because before it was just like having French press, which I love French press coffee. And I think that was it. Yeah. Or there was like a coffee maker, but not an espresso machine. And then one day I was like, man, I really want an espresso machine. And then like I was on the phone with my mom just talking about it. And then like this wonderful guy she was kind of seeing, dating a little bit. He had one that he was getting rid of. And it's like a $1,200 espresso machine, and he just gave it to me like a couple days later. Like I wasn't attached to it. I was like, whatever. I have coffee either way. Like I'm chill. Except I was like, man, I really miss having an espresso machine, like an espresso coffees. And then I just got one, and it's a really fucking nice one, and I'm so grateful for it. And I expressed my gratitude, and it was just it. See what I mean? When you let go of attachments, things will just show up because once you want it, it's already on its way to you. You've already placed the order. The more you're wondering, how long is it going to take for my pizza to get here? Do I need to keep calling the pizza place to know when my pizza is going to arrive? And am I going to harass them to the point where they deny me service? The law of attraction is like room service. Everything's already done. As soon as you think of it in your conscious mind, that reality already exists. It's about becoming a vibrational match to it. Because that's what manifesting means. It means to become visible. It means tuning your radio dial to that vibration of what it feels like to have it and keep walking this earth with that vibration, and it will show up. It is law. So, not avoidant. Do not avoid the feelings of suppressed emotions of, oh, this person broke my heart. This blah, blah, blah. Because then you're also going to go out and cry to your friends, get drunk, and that's the story you're going to keep telling that all men suck, all women suck. Guess what? If you believe that, that's what you're going to keep seeing. And that's the familiar energy that you will be attracted to. It's not just it's being attracted to you, that's what you're attracted to. Because you could find the perfect partner and you won't be attracted to them. And I actually found this. Actually, she found me. She showed up. This beautiful, very financially abundant woman once in my life. Not once, I've had a few of them. Either way, though, this one was different, right? And it felt like a healthy, like, except I kept thinking like there was something iffy because had an covert narcissistic ex, which I'm learning more about in terms of covert narcissism. Except I felt like could not be in a relationship with this wonderful woman because like it wasn't familiar to me back then. Like there was still stuff I needed to work through, some financial abundance wounds as well. It didn't feel safe and comfortable, and I wasn't used to it. I wasn't used to like the normal like not needing me super like putting me in like a hero role, like narcissistic person trying to drain me and lure me in type stuff. Like it didn't feel normal to me. So of course, in my head, I was kind of repelled. I was very questioning it. This doesn't feel normal, right? So, or maybe I did end up avoiding a dumpster fire relationship. I mean, she did have some of her own things going on as well. Like she wasn't like exactly perfect. There was some like actual flags that I was kind of like, except I didn't feel like I deserved that relationship and didn't feel normal. It wasn't what I was attracted to, no matter how attractive she was. Right. So looking back at it, I'm like, man, she really was an amazing person. Either way, though, what are you feeling that you need to heal? What do you need to release? What do you need to look at? Even with that person I just spoke about, there was a financial abundance wound where I felt not worthy of her because I was nowhere near her level of abundance. This person had like 7 cars and like all sorts of things. And I was just like, oh my gosh. She also like one night she's like, we're at this bar and she's like, here's my credit card. Just, open up a tab. Let's go wild. It's a lot of fun. And like, either way though, it was interesting, right? So I had that. You got to look within. And sometimes that hurts to look, like accepting that maybe you're not as financially abundant yet. Maybe you're not in the place where it's like, there's areas of you in your shadow, and it hurts to look at that because like you want it. You want to be that financially abundant. You want to feel worthy. But financial abundance doesn't make you worthy. That's the thing that I had to step into, that realization. You're abundant and worthy just for being you. Abundance means having what you need when you need it. And the more you keep releasing all these negative past patterns, if you're not financially abundant or you grew up poor, because I did, the more you release these things, the more you allow the flow of source and energy and things to manifest in your reality. So feel the feelings to heal them and release them. Embrace the emotion, then heal it. Embrace it, sit with it, feel it for what it is. That's why you get to feel these emotions. They're also contrast. Now, you got to ask yourself, what is the belief and what is the fear around this emotion? What if I let it go? What if I let go, back then, if I wasn't financially abundant? What if I just let go of it and believed that I was worthy for this woman? Maybe we would have been in a relationship. I don't know. Right? So, who would I be if I let go of this belief? And who would I be if I let go of this person? Am I going to think I'm never going to find love? Who would I be if I let go of this job that just let me go? Or if I leave this job, am I going to think I'm never going to find another job? Am I going to feel unworthy of this person or job? So once you let go, it comes. Except a lot of times when you do the inner work, you end up finding out maybe this person wasn't meant for you. I started doing more of the inner work and I realized that wonderful woman, there was some traits that were not in alignment with me. So I had to come to that realization. It's not just her financial abundance that was attractive and her physicalities and the way she treated me. She did have some things that were not of my interest to deal with, not of my preference. Things of past women that did have some familiar, like, I don't want it. So that is my point. Once you start doing this healing work, you start realizing it wasn't meant for you. Maybe it was meant for you in the moment. It was perfect in the moment for you to experience it. So you can look at the attachment. What attachment? Everything is a reflection of what are you holding on to? Everything in your world is a reflection, and it's showing you, law of reflection, what is in the mirror. Because if you have a frown and you're looking in the mirror and you're, oh, it's so sad, and you're pretending to be freaking happy, and you're like cringing. That freaking frown in the mirror isn't going to turn upside down. It's not going to become a smile. You can't trick the universe because you are the universe. So who are you lying to? Why do you keep lying to yourself? If you are. That's what creates also a lot of narcissistic people, is they end up going through so much pain and agony in their life that they stuff it all in and they build these survival mechanisms to manipulate the world around them and others around them. They don't get away with it all. Eventually it all crumbles down and they get exposed, and then they have to do the work, or their life really does just fall apart completely. They burn out eventually, except they're avoiding to do the inner work. And that's what my ex was doing. She avoided it. Said she wanted to see a therapist. She wanted to be a therapist. I scheduled therapy appointments for her, consultations for her to meet with a therapist. She canceled and rescheduled all of them, and then claimed she never wanted to see a therapist and that I'm the one who needs therapy. I still got a therapist. I got a psychologist because I actually did have traumas I wanted to work through. Not for me to better the relationship. I mean, yeah, I wanted to learn more, but except I knew I had areas in my life that I did want to work on for me. And through the process, I found out she was not really that healthy. And she literally gaslighted me by saying, "Oh, I never wanted a therapist. You should have got one. Like, you need to have one. I want to be one." Bro, I can't believe I fell into that nonsense. Either way, let go of the attachment. Everything is a reflection, and it's showing you the areas in your life if you have the courage to step through the fire, because it might burn. That shadow is not that pleasant, because when you put light on it, it's showing you a place that hurts, and that shadow is you. That shadow is literally, it's not this like thing outside of you. It's the shadow that's been growing all this depression, sadness, shame, and shame grows in the dark. All of this stuff grows in the dark. And when you put light on it, it hurts to see it because you have to feel it now, because it's suppressed for so long. So everything is a reflection. Just allow it to be a graceful, sacred teacher. Everything is a sacred teacher if you let it, if you allow it. And the more you do this inner work for yourself, the more your reality shifts, because you start walking freely in freedom. You don't have all this mental fog. You have clarity. You don't have this, you've transcended trauma. And that's what I'm here to help you realize. Beautiful cosmic soul. Please like and subscribe and comment and let me know how this assisted you today. Have a wonderful, magnificent, transformative, alchemizing day. Love and light vibration out. Bye.